Just go for it.
Okay, so one day there were two llamas. One day the llama went up to the other llama and said, hi. And then they became friends somehow. One of the llama's names was Rose and the other's name was Tulip. They were just walking somewhere and they found a portal. So they went inside of the portal to see what it was. And it took them to a place that looked very pretty. It had a lot of like sparkles and glitter, and it had some candy, so they thought it was Candyland. But then they started to see fairies. So then they went up to the fairy and they asked, what is this place? Why are we here? And where did we just go? And then the fairy said, this is Candyland. And then Rose said, oh, we guessed right. And then the fairy showed them around the place. And then the llamas ended up staying in the place for a couple of days. But then the fairy said, you guys can't stay here anymore because you guys just don't belong here. So then the llamas were like, fine, and they left. And they couldn't come back in. So the llamas were very upset with what the fairy did to them. Aww. And then the llamas ended up getting revenge on the fairies. So they made their own portal leading to their magical kingdom. And then the fairies came in, and then they kicked them out. And then the llama said to the fairy, this is karma. This is all your fault. And then the fairies and llamas ended up all being friends because they didn't want to make an argument. Then they were allowed to go in both kingdoms, like the Candyland and the magical kingdom of the llamas. And they lived happily ever after.
So, do you think that telling stories is important?
Yes.
So why do you think it's important?
I think it's important because then it can help you do other things in life. Like, it could teach a good lesson for something.
So why do you think that, like, adults, when they get older, why don't they, like, play pretend anymore or, like, tell as many stories?
Maybe they just don't know that it could give them, their kids, an important lesson to learn.
Do you think that adults should try to tell more stories?
Yes.